Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulihil Kareem. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallama tasliman kathira. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu wa ba'd. This is our second class in the famous book Arba'in al-Nabawiyah, Imaam Nawwawi rahimahullah, the 40 Hadeeth, famously known as the 40 Hadeeth of Imaam Nawwawi. We will actually begin the first Hadeeth. It will take 15 minutes now, and then the people, if they want to go home and eat and come back, those who live local, they can, and those that want to stay, they can get elaboration from me if they like, because I'm going to be here. And then after Salat al-Isha, we do another 15 minutes. As this, the people said, works best for them to go and come back. So inshallah, let me know when it's 5 minutes to the hour, and then I will wind it down in order to stop at 8 o'clock. The first Hadeeth is the Hadeeth, the famous Hadeeth of إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, that all the actions are by intentions. And this Hadeeth is collected in the Bukhari and Muslim, collected by Imam Bukhari and Muslim, and it is the Hadith of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So to begin, the Hadith is collected by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. Who can tell me who was Imam Bukhari or Muslim, or both of them? Anyone know? Who was Imam Bukhari or who is Imam Muslim? Either one of them.
They are both the greatest collectors of Hadith, who actually lived a couple of hundred years actually after the Prophet ﷺ. And Imam al-Bukhari is from Bukhara, from somewhere in Russia nowadays. And Muslim is also in I think from Khorasan or something in that area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Barakallahu fiqh.
They were not Arabs.
Yes, mashallah. Very good point. Barakallahu fiqh. Imam Bukhari, his name is Muhammad ibn Ismail. Muhammad is his name. Ibn Ismail, he is the son of Ismail, of course his father. And his name, Bukhari, is named after the village or the town that he was part of. So it's called Bukhari. Just as if a person is from Algeria, you say he's Jazairi, as the word is Jazair in Arabic, Jazairi. If a person is from Sudan, you say he's Sudani. If a person from America, American Arabic is America. But if you're talking about the person who's related to the country, say Ameriki. So Bukhari is indicative of the place that he came from, Bukhara. Imam Muslim is contemporary and someone that actually was on the same level as him. His name was Muslim ibn Hajjaj. Muslim ibn Muslim al-Hajjaj. Tayyib. Muslim is his name. Ibn yani Muslim al-Hajjaj. Tayyib. And he is from Naysaburi. Yani all of this is in the same region as Turkey, Uzbekistan, and all of this region that is actually the, I think it's the...
Bukhara is in somewhere in Russia. One of the republic.
I was going to say Soviet Republic. Yes. And so yes. And so they are two of the ones that collected Hadith, and they made strict rules and regulations as to what will be accepted and what won't be accepted. As they're not the first to collect Hadith, but they're the first to come with such strict rules of acceptance that you have no worry that what they mention and the change that they bring goes back to the Prophet, inshaAllah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Their era, by the way. They're from al-Akira Qurun al-Thalitha. Al-Akira Qurun al-Thalitha. They're from the end of the third generation, which makes them from the generation of the Itba' Tabi'in. So they actually were around somewhere, Barakallahu Fikum, 40-something years, maybe. When you talk about back towards Imam al-Shafi'i, and then you go back some more to also Imam Ahmed, and then the likes of Abi Hanifa, the four great Imams. So the Imam Bukhari and Muslim, along with Imam Tirmidhi and Abi Dawood, they were in that third generation. So they are in the ayats when Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala praise وَالَّذِينَ تَبَعُوهُمْ بِإِحْسَانٍ, those who follow the companions with perfection. They're in that verse. And they're in the likes of the statement of the Prophet, خَيْرُ nas qarni, the best generation of the people from my generation. Then he mentioned ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ, the second generation that follows them, which is the Tabi'in, ثُمَّ الَّذِينَ يَلُونَهُمْ, and the third generation. So they have a great status in the deen of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Which one, أَيُّهُمْ قُدَّامَ أَفْضَلُ, which one should be preferred over the other? Is it Bukhari comes first, then Muslim second, or is it Muslim first and Bukhari second? There's a difference of opinion between the scholars as it relates to which one is number one.
Bukhari collected more ahadith than Muslim. The collection of Sahih al-Bukhari is larger. Not by far, but larger than Bukhari.
لكن المقصود أيهما في الدرجات القدام لأنهم جنافسان. The issue is not how many hadith they collected. So the one that has the most hadith, he's number one. That's not the meaning. Here, which one is the greatest, or the one who is the leader over the other? Bukhari. Many of the scholars say Bukhari because he set a more stringent condition to be accepted than Muslims. So because of the way that he set conditions to accept hadith being from the Prophet, his is number one. Because his conditions are tougher than Muslim. One of them being that person, it has to be verified that he heard the narration from his sheikh. You have the person being Muslim, being sane, and of course being at the time or age of puberty, as that varies. Then he has scholarship. Okay, then he lives in the era of that one who he narrates from, and it is confirmed that he met that person. Those are the conditions of Imam Muslim. Imam Bukhari goes a step further and says, and it must be confirmed that he heard those words from that sheikh that is confirmed that he met. And this is why people say Bukhari is number one. Some of them, when you read the introduction of Imam Muslim, some of the scholars of the time, they say the opposite. The Muslim is number one. لأن الصحيح مسلم أسهل ماذا باعتبار والترتيب يعني الفاظ, because Muslim is easier in the way he arranged it and the wordings of the chapters, and it's something that's not as complex as Bukhari. The way he arranged his chapters is very, very scholastic. No matter what language you read, you will have a harder time combing through Bukhari, researching through Bukhari, reading and understand why did he put this hadith here? It doesn't make sense. Whereas Muslim, if a person has enough language and understanding, it's for the student and the common folk the way he arranged the chapters and where he put the hadith. So this is a benefit when we talk about the issue between Bukhari and Muslim. Do they have hadith in them that are weak? As some people have said, how could they say that about Sahih Bukhari? It has weak hadith. When we say they have some hadith that are weak, as the ulama of hadith have went back and checked and tried to sanitize the works, because this is the statements of the Prophet. Has to be taken great care of. What time is it?
6 minutes.
Thus, as Imam Malik said, إنني أنا بشر أصيب وماذا أصيب وأخطأ. He said, indeed I am a human being. Imam Malik, who was from the generation of the Ittiba' Tabi'in. He said, indeed I am a human being. I'm right sometimes and sometimes I'm wrong. Therefore, there are some hadith in both Bukhari and Muslim that can be criticized. But they're not like a person is in the chain, he's a liar, like you may find in some collections. Or that the person made up and forged the statement against the Prophet. Or a person, they say, yukhti kathira, he makes a lot of mistakes. Or sayyihith, the person has a bad memory. Or yani mudallis, he's fraudulent. He says on his sheikh, and that's his sheikh, but really he didn't hear that from his sheikh. Or mawdu'a, something that someone fabricated, made up. You won't have munkar and hadith, hadith that are outright rejected because they go against all of the other hadith that are the norm. Shath, which is similar to munkar and hadith. You won't have hadith munqata'. There's a break in the chain. Several people are missing when you look to see who said what and who are the narrators. You won't find like that in Bukhari Muslim. And they have shay'an basit, something small that can be verified from other hadith like this. So this, the Imam Nawwawi brings in the beginning of this for the hadith, because this first hadith, innama a'malu bin niyat, it is both in Bukhari and Muslim. The narration that is famous, bin niyat. Niyat is plural for actions, or we should say aims. I want to say aims, not actions. Aims or decisions. And the niyyah is a single decision or aim. Both of them are right. So if you hear somebody say innama al-a'malu bin niyyah, and you're used to niyat with an open ta that has the T emphasis in English, don't think that he's wrong. There's niyyah, which is singular, and niyat, which is plural. Both of them are narrated in the Bukhari and Muslim. So, this is the beginning of the hadith that the Shaykh mentioned, that it comes from the both in the collection of Bukhari and Muslim. Any questions?
Intention. What's aim?
Huh?
Why aren't you using the word intention?
I'm going to explain, inshallah, tabarakallah ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu Umar, he said, Sami'tu Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Umar ibn Khattab, the second leader after the Prophet died. First was Abu Bakr and Umar. He said, I heard the Messenger of Allah say. This shows that the companions, they used to narrate from the Messenger, because you can't say, I heard the Messenger say, except that you were listening and you were narrating on him. He said, Innama al-a'mal bin niyat. A lot of times they translate, as he's asking Jarir, Jalil. A lot of times the people translate this niyat or niyyah as intention. But if you look, it has more than that. And sometimes other words make it clearer. Gold, as the word qasid, the ulama mention niyyah, they give you another word that's a different word but has the same meaning. So they say niyyah, qasid. Qasid has a lot of meanings. One of the meanings of the word qasid means a goal or an aim, going in the direction of, as they say, nahwa. Nahwa kada. He's going towards such and such. Another word for niyyah, they say azam. Yani azam, make a decision. So most of the time when the people hear niyyah, it doesn't really give a rich meaning to the word intention. But when you read the books of hadith, they explain niyyah bima'na qasd, niyyah bima'na azm. They say niyyah, it means qasd. To show you, it means you're aiming to do something. You're making an attempt to do something. An azm, a decision. So this kind of makes it easy for a person to understand, should this be something now on the tongue? As there's a debate, many people say the niyyah is something that you say on the tongue. But if you look at the word qasd, aim, and you go to the bathroom, you don't have to say, I'm going to the bathroom to go to the bathroom. The fact that you get up and you go to the hammam shows that you have an aim to go to the bathroom. Because you don't go to the bathroom to make a cup of tea, or do you? No one goes to the bathroom to make a cup of tea, right? Or he goes to the bathroom to make the bed to lay down. No. His qasd, his aim is to qada haja, to relieve himself, right? أليس كذلك? Yeah, to relieve himself. And مثلا شخص تذهب إلى السوق الأسواق. He goes to the market, Walmart or the grocery store, he doesn't go to the grocery store to see the doctor, right? What's his aim? To buy something. Bay' or shara, buying and exchanging. So he doesn't have to say, I'm going to the store to buy something. The fact that he went to the market, qasd is his aim. Niyyah, his intention. Azm, his decision. You see. So they use these words to try to show, because it makes it clear that the issue here, niyyah, is not something yatalaffaf ala lisan, that you say on the tongue. No. There's a tabarak wa ta'ala say, Kul in tuqfu ma fi sudurikum aw tubduhu ya'lamuhu Allah. Say to them, O Muhammad, whether you conceal it in your chest. Does a person have a tongue in their chest? No. Chest here means the heart that's underneath the chest. So whether you conceal it or you let it be known, that which is in your sudur, in your heart, Allah doesn't say that which is on your tongue. What happens? Allah, He knows it. So even if you don't say anything, your aim, your goal is clear. And this is why the beginning of the hadith is إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Actions or by that which people aim to do. They're not by default automatic. People actually have a design, a purpose, as we like to use the other word, intention behind the action. And inshallah we'll continue after Salatul Isha. Wa sallallahu wa sallam baraka ala Rasulil Kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi sallam taslim kathir. Jazakumullah khair. Any questions, comments, or corrections? I normally say that. Now, barakallahu feek. Allah yafadhak.